know that this is a talk show for the 50-plus audience. And believe it or not, we are all 50-plus. I'm Salima Hakeem Muhammad.
Hi, I'm Todd Stofka.
I'm Tony Willis-Thompson.
Hi, I'm George Stevenson.
And this is Our View. And as you know, we talk about current events, we talk about things that are happening in the world today, we talk about health, we talk about fitness, we talk about everything. And one thing that we were talking about, and before you came out, is dating. You know, and I happen to be in the dating process now. I haven't dated for years. And the thing is, I do date younger men. Whoopi Goldberg said something one day that made a lot of sense. Okay, she said this black athlete came to her and was asking her why she dates white men. So she said, when's the last time you and your NFL buddies asked me out on a date? Okay, so younger men approach me and ask me out. Older men don't. So that's who I go out with. So what do you guys think about that? I know George is having a fit.
Cougars, gazelles, they're all the same.
but see, you know what? But see, what is, like, are you married, so you're not dating now? Have you ever dated a woman that was younger than you? Because see, it's acceptable for men.
I'm going too far back.
You mean older.
I couldn't remember that one.
I mean, no, that's what I mean. No, a woman that's younger than you, because it's acceptable. It's acceptable for men. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I don't know what they call us, but they call y'all cougars.
They call y'all dogs.
I
didn't want to say that.
A dog.
Same thing.
Well, I think you just really want to be treated well, right? You want to be respected and have a great
the pack is.
Exactly.
Right? As opposed to having to deal with a bunch of drama.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you.
Not to say that drama comes in all packages. Not to say
that's right.
that.
Right. I like it said.
But you know. Because you talk about your experience,
and you're going to go through stuff with younger men.
You got your old
I just rather go through stuff with younger men. If I date a guy that doesn't have a job or something, that I may have to give him some guidance and stuff, I want to be 23, not 63.
A pacifier, please. Pass me a pacifier.
No. You know what? Because some older guys you have to be a mama to. Okay, what makes you think because a guy gets older? A lot of men over 50 are in their second childhood. You know,
well, I can contest
so
that.
So that's what I'm saying. So and a lot of older men now, they're older. A lot of them, I meet some guys that have been recently divorced. Now they have nothing. Their ex-wife has the house, the Mercedes, everything. He has a check and living in his mom's basement or living in a room. Why do I have to suffer and your wife has everything?
But not just older. It's like, okay, you're getting older, and once we pass a certain threshold, stuff going to start breaking down. So are you older? Are you going into your older years a little more gracefully, or are you trying to take care of yourself?
So
you know,
have a parts checklist? Is that what it is?
Well, no, because
but
we all know we're all over 50. We don't feel the same as we did when we were in our 20s. You just don't. You don't.
I just swam an hour yesterday.
Oh, you feel the same?
Most men my age can't do that, sweetie.
Oh,
well, that's because you're conditioned to that, and that's what I'm saying.
If I'm taking care of myself, I'm not going to go get a man that has not been taking care of himself, has been smoking for years, eating wrong, and now he's older and I'm older. Now we're supposed to get together because of our age? No. Okay, because I do swim 4 days a week. I do walk. I do take care of myself. So I want a counterpart that does that. And what I'm saying, a lot of men over 50 don't.
Oh, wait a minute. So over 50 means, for me, that I'm better. First of all, I don't get old. I get better. I spelled it out earlier.
You're seasoned.
B-E-T-T-E-R, better. So that's everything in my life is better today than it was, I guess, 10 years ago.
And you're still married. Your wife didn't leave you and take everything yet.
Well, I mean, that's beside the point. So? But still, better is helping me do the right things, too. That's better for me.
Right.
He's in a mode of constant improvement.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
as we all should be.
Right.
As we all should be.
Being complacent, you know,
right.
Probably a lot of people that just get complacent.
Exactly.
They think, I've gotten to an age, I don't need to do anything anymore.
Right.
I don't have to be anything more.
Exactly.
As opposed to living life and being
and wanting to do things. I mean, older guys, I don't want to go to the beach. I don't want to travel. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
You're not talking about just because they're older. You're talking about they could be older, but if they were a little more vibrant, then you would be
exactly.
So it doesn't just
because every older guy. Look at George. He's our fashion plate. And he's already married, okay? Every older guy is not like that. A lot of older guys are depressed, you know, are feeling their age.
Well, when you say older, what are you saying older, like what, 50?
And sometimes things don't work on a man, so he, you know, depressed. And he know he had to go out there and try to pay somebody, so he's depressed. So everybody, I'm not saying all older men, I'm just saying from my experience and some of the women that I know, that we do talk, some little Facebook friends, that a lot of men over 50 are on the down, or going downhill.
I go, so not on the down low.
No, some of them are on the down low, though. Yeah. Some of them sad to say are on the down low. But so I'm saying they're on the downstroke. They're not doing as good, and they've given in. So if you're an older, if I can find an older man like me that's vibrant and everything, that would be great. But so far, I can't.
So your experience is not
my suggestion, you know, with our viewer audience right here,
that would be what?
To these guys, I mean, would be to what? Well, how
you
would
know, see, the thing is, a lot of times when you reach a certain age, if you hadn't been working out till then, a lot of people aren't going to start working out at 50.
Maybe.
You understand?
Right.
A lot of them aren't going to start working out at 50. You know, if they want to better themselves, they may, but a lot of them aren't. So if I met somebody like me that goes to the gym, that's vibrant, that wants to do things. My daughter just got married. She's 36. He's 57, 58 now. Okay, vibrant. They're having a baby and having a new grandchild. So, yeah,
that's very vibrant.
But part of this, you know,
so you can be that age. What I'm saying, because my son-in-law is 58. He'll be 58 in November. But he's vibrant. They run together. They do things together. So if I found someone like that, sure.
But the law of relativity talks about the body in motion stays in motion.
Exactly.
Now, most of us that are living life at 50 and plus and enjoying life, we understand that law.
Right.
Okay. For me, like, I've been in motion for as long as I can remember.
Right.
So it feels good to do what I do. And act the way that I act and be who I am because I'm comfortable.
Right.
Because the law is already in effect in my life. I'm always in motion.
Right.
And it feels, you know, so age for me is like, I don't know, sometimes I think I'm like locked in a suspended animation.
And so, you know, and so you have a good outlook on life, and that's how you feel. You're vibrant. So that's great. And if I met somebody that age that was like that, I would consider that.
Now, I have a birthday coming up on Monday, but I'm not saying how old I'm going to be, but I'm close to 60 and far away from 55.
No, but see, you know, that's another thing I always bring up. Why don't you want to tell you already told you if you could on an earlier show you did say you were 56, so you'll be 57. So let's give him a hand.
Actually, I'll be 58.
He does look good. Oh, you will be 58. Okay.
I think one of the things when we've had conversations both on air and off air, but there's a lot of presets. There's pre-beliefs that go on, you know, and what happens. So you kind of live the examples of what your family and ancestors did. So how your dad was, how your grandfather was, and that just kind of goes on. So unless there's something new happening, if you looked at the majority of your friends. So what I'm saying is that if you compare to the women friends of yours that are around 60 years old right now, you're in a different place.
Yes.
Okay, you're trying to reinvent yourself. Okay, you've got a business, you've got things you want to do with the show, you know, with your different TV, you know, projects and everything else. Where you look at your friends, they're not doing that.
Right.
Okay, and it's really about your outlook, what you're targeting, you know, what you're focused on.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Some older people don't have a focus.
That's right.
You know, but we do have to talk about this. We have to talk about what went on in Virginia this past week and the KKK and the torches and everything. How did you feel about that, George?
I'm a little touched behind it. Also, a lot of mixed emotions. We still have a long way to go as a people.
We do.
Okay, hate is hate, no matter what color it is. It's hate. Now, I will say that I'm not a fan of removing any and all of these statues. I think it's kind of like going, because we're talking about a symbol.
Well, I disagree with that.
Symbolically, do we live by the symbol or do we live by what we've learned from that?
No, but see, those statues were erected as an honor. You don't get a statue put up in your image unless you're being honored. So these people are being honored. Those statues were put up because that's an honor. They should not be honored for that.
Exactly.
For what went on. So
I'm not saying about honor.
I'm not saying that they should put them.
I'm not using the word honor.
Yeah, well, put them in a museum somewhere.
Right.
I'm not using the word honor. I'm just looking at a symbol that has more power than people.
But that's what they are. They were statues of honor.
But they're not here anymore.
Exactly.
But the racism is still here.
Exactly.
So
if we lived in a different,
so you remove the symbols, you remove all the statues, but the people still acting the same.
Well, this is the thing. They're
So
being
what do we
emboldened,
accomplish?
but they're being emboldened by that kind of stuff.
I'm just saying.
Just like, I know if I went to any one of those cities, I would not, I don't live in any of those cities, so I don't have to walk past it and see it daily. But I would not go visit. I don't care where they are. They should be in that's history. Put them in a museum where people.
We live in a city where there's a statue that's being questioned right now.
Oh, I was in City Hall the other day, sweetie, where questioned the statue of Frank Rizzo, should it be removed or not? And yes, I think it should be removed. And a lot of people there didn't meet Frank Rizzo. I did meet Frank Rizzo. I actually had a conversation with Frank Rizzo, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And during his reign, I know a lot of young black men that were unfairly treated and beat and, harassed by the police during his reign.
But everyone, I try to be optimistic about everything. And we start removing statues and figures of people. We're going to start moving statues and figures of people that have done good and also done less good.
But most of the statues are of people that have done bad.
They talk about moving the statue of Wilson Good.
Who says bad? Who says it's bad?
Do you think racism is bad?
No, we talk about the statue.
Do you think that racism is bad, Tom?
Of course it's bad.
Okay.
Racism is terrible.
I don't know with you, Todd, because you voted for that man. So I don't know if you're racist or not. I know you're sitting here and you with 3 black people here, but you voted for that man. So I don't know how you feel, Todd. So that's why I'm asking you.
There's a lot of great black people that voted for that man.
Yeah, but you know what? Not great black people voted for him. Idiots. I don't know no great black people vote for him. I know black idiots that voted for him. Okay. So no, not no great black people. Idiots.
Have to be careful
So how did you feel when he spoke out against racism and didn't call the racist by the name? I hope you don't have a hood in your trunk,
Todd. On both sides.
I hope you don't have a white hood in your trunk.
Wide open.
Because you know what? Because of who you voted for, and people are still taking up for him. Did you think that he should have called out the racists, or were you comfortable with him not calling out the racists?
There were racists on both sides.
No, sweetie. Because let me tell you something.
Was. I mean, so look, you had
no. They know racists on both sides. Those white men that were holding those torches, they came there for a reason. They came there to frighten and scare people. The other people that were protesting against them, they didn't come there with hate in their hearts. They came there because they wanted to stand up for what's right. Okay, you come in there holding a torch, and you're going to say both. So you're sounding like Trump now, because there's no sense in racism.
We have a free speech. Okay,
right.
So you've got your chance to express it. I got my a chance to express mine. It's a part of our belief system, right? So the race part comes in is when I force mine on yours,
but
right? Or you force yours on mine.
But I can't stop you as a white man in America from doing what you want to do.
Well, I can't
stop you from, oh, come on.
The difference, what we're forgetting here is...
No, let him finish his point, please. Please let him finish his point.
We have the ability to live our lives, right? You can live, you can go swimming, you can start a business, you can do things here.
I can start swimming now.
Right.
A few years ago, I couldn't swim everywhere.
Right.
You could.
This is the thing
the thing that here, though, is that it's one of us, both of us have our own desires, right? Our own things. And we want to live in peace. We want to live this way. We want to support each other. Now, but my beliefs are different than yours. And where do they
But
infringe?
as long as where they infringe is when they cross over into the line of hatred, bigotry, and all of those kind of things. For me, free speech is out the window. When you want to talk about,
but why?
This is my opinion, and I hate you because you are Jewish, and I hate you because you're Muslim, and I hate you because you're Oriental, and I hate you because you're black. You can't live next to me because you're not. When we want to get into this exclusive stuff, you're crossing the line. That's why I believe those symbols do not need to be there. They've crossed the line. There's a line that's crossed. That's why, and if one thing that I love about Donald Trump being president, the thing that I love is that everything is out now. It has to be dealt with. You're exposed. So now we know who we're dealing with. Why do you think all of these cities in the South with this police brutality, a lot of those officers, not all of them, they're Ku Klux Klan members. You go to a bank to get a loan. You come in as a person of color or a minority. You're dealing with a Ku Klux Klan member.
Give you that loan. Exactly.
Or you try to get a home and then you don't understand why can't you get ahead? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that?
The statute doesn't stop you from
but
doing that.
But it's a symbol of that. It's a symbol of that. The statue is a symbol of hate and racism.
The people look at that and they
empowers them.
Exactly. They're entitled.
Frank Rizzo's statue has been standing in front of a municipal building all these years. Now all of a sudden, it's getting marked, it's getting aged, everything is happening to it.
Now is the time.
Right.
This is the season.
And I'm just saying.
Because this is the season for it. This is the time.
Is that not a level of hatred? Is that something we're supposed to be trying to get away from? But it seems like we let everything stir us up.
No, Donald Trump stirred us up.
Well, he stirred us up, but
Donald
because he
Trump
stirred us
up.
The statue's been standing.
But anyway, we're going to have to close this segment. Thank you very much.
People.
Todd's still here, you know, and I love Todd.
We love Todd. We love Todd.
He's the only one that voted for that racist idiot, orange idiot in the White House.
But he's all right in my book.
Okay. So we will be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome back to this edition of Our View Talk Show, of course, for the 50-plus viewer. And as you see, we have added someone here. We have Miss Barb Myers. Hello, Barb.
Hello.
And Barb is a naturopath, and she's going to tell us a little bit about exactly what that is.
Well, I got in, long ago. I went to nursing school many years ago, and after that, you know, I
went to nursing school?
Yes.
Yeah, where'd you go? I went to Holland.
I'm older than you, so yeah.
So. You probably think. But which nursing school did you go to?
Well, I went to Women's Medical, which became the Medical College.
Yeah, I remember Women's. See, I'm not as young as you think I am. I remember Women's Medical. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but after that, I started getting into the natural things because, you know, certain, problems we have during the month, a lot of emotional upheaval, nothing seemed to help that. So I started reading about vitamins and minerals.
Okay.
And I had it all down. I had the whole month down to a science, and I supplemented this, B's and calcium stuff to where I got a month of misery down to 2 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So then I started going more into it. I started going to health food stores, reading books. And this is way before the internet, so you had to look everything up in books and encyclopedias and things. And then, time went by, and I started taking classes, and I became a naturopath, an herbalist, and I ended up buying a health food store.
And why do you think we have a need for that now? I know why, but why do you think we have a need for that?
Well, I think to some degree the medical system, falls short with us. We, go to the doctors and get a handful of prescriptions, and a lot of times prescriptions cause more problems. I get a lot of people in the store who say to me, I don't want to go to the doctor. He's just going to give me an antibiotic or an antidepressant or something. I want to fix what's wrong with me. I want to get to the root of the problem and take care of it, and that's what we do as
and we talk about, of course, things that concern 50+. Give my studios a little bit of what you would say to somebody this, because a lot of people are experiencing menopause.
Right.
What do you think works for that?
Well, there's lots of things that can help menopausal symptoms.
Because Miss Tony was going through.
Hold on. A lot of women are experiencing menopause.
Okay, and you know what?
Did she say menopause? Is it?
Menopause. You know what?
I just paused right
No, wait. Hold. Yeah, women are, but you know what men are experiencing?
Andropause.
Okay, now, andropause. So men are going through it too. We're just calling it something different, okay? Finish, Barbara.
I actually had a man in the other day who was describing some symptoms to me.
What? Okay.
And I said,
that's
andropause. I said to him, it sounds like you're going through menopause.
Thank you.
And he laughed and says, yeah, you're right.
I would too. Right.
And, I can't remember what he got, but yeah.
So what are some of the things that you would say would be good for that?
Well, for the menopause, there's CBD oils are very good for menopause. They're supposed to help with hot flashes. There's lots of herbs that are very helpful. There's herbal combinations. There's a lot of herbs that are phytoestrogens, and it's a plant-based estrogen, and that helps women because it's the estrogen upheaval that causes a lot of our symptoms.
Right.
And getting a plant-based estrogen, helps with those symptoms.
And you mentioned the CBD or CBC oil? CBD oils. And we were talking about that also. And I did meet a woman, we met a woman that was going through menopause very, very severely, and she started taking that. And tell me just a little bit, Todd, about the CBD oils.
Oh, the CBDs are the non-psychoactive cannabis.
Right.
So we think of marijuana with THC, psychoactive. This is from the hemp stalk, especially processed CBDs, cannabinoids.
Okay, and so it's not the kind that gets you high.
Doesn't get you high, no.
Generic.
No, it's not generic. No? It just doesn't have the one cannabinoid in there, THC, which causes psychoactivity.
So that's the natural or the?
This is all natural.
Okay.
Okay. Then there is a prescription synthetic marijuana that they have out there. But we're talking about stuff that is grown right from the hemp stalk and processed from that.
So were you ever a nurse? You went to nursing school. Did you ever finish that and become a nurse?
I did, and I worked for a little while, like pretty much in nursing homes.
Okay.
But then I got pregnant and I had a baby, and I was out of the workforce for a few years, and I did not go back to nursing. There were some things about it that I just...
But what did you think about, because I was a nurse, I worked in Hahnemann Hospital, I went to school there at Hahnemann, I was a student there, and then I did work in nursing homes also, but the things that I saw in nursing homes, I couldn't work in a nursing home.
See, I liked working with older people.
No, it wasn't the people, it was the staff.
Yeah, well,
okay?
Yeah.
The people I loved, and I love older people, but the staff and the way they treated the older people, that's what I didn't like. So did you experience that?
Not a whole lot I worked in several different nursing homes. I mean, you had different levels of care you got from, because mostly you're dealing with nurses' aides.
Right.
Because the nurses are just there,
just to give
monitoring
meds,
everything.
Exactly.
And some nurses' aides gave better care than others.
Right.
How many naturopath practices are there in the country, you think, or?
Well, I'm a traditional naturopath, so I can speak for that. There's different kinds of naturopaths.
Okay, and what would be a traditional naturopath? What's the difference?
Well, we didn't go to medical school.
Okay.
And we're trained in all the holistic therapies.
Okay.
And
which are what?
We've got, naturopathy, herbs, energy, medicine, reflexology, massage. There's all sorts of different.
Oh, so you do, it's not just the herbs, it's other things also.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, vitamins, minerals, supplements. I mean, I don't do massage or reflexology, but I have people there that do that.
Okay.
There's all different therapy. A lot of different energy therapies are very useful. I'm actually a Jinsen Jitsu practitioner. Hands.
Right.
Like we touch and we do flows. We have certain methodology for different problems. And
so
we
you
also
don't have to actually touch the people.
We do touch.
You do touch.
Yes, and we also were huge, we want to teach people how to work on themselves. We're big into self-help. So we do have a lady there, Karen, who does a introduction to self-help class.
Okay.
And, we always are teaching people, how to work on themselves. And they can come in for a treatment if they want, but, learning to do it every day.
It's really great because, like with doctors, you have to go to doctors. They want you to keep coming back to them. But with you, you're trying to teach us how to heal ourselves. And that says a lot for you because you don't give something and say, take this and come back. You're trying to teach us how to heal ourselves, and that's always good.
Yeah, and that's a lot of what naturopathy is about as well. We want to teach people how to be well, how to have a healthy lifestyle so you don't get sick.
Right.
I would say too is that you're also using different natural products to help the body heal itself.
Correct.
That's sort of the goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the naturopath, the philosophy is, in holistic health, is that our bodies want to heal themselves.
Right.
Right.
And the things that we do, the food we eat, our environment, the chemicals, all sorts of things cause problems.
Yeah.
So when we give ourselves the good foods, the vitamins and minerals, the herbs, and do the good therapies that free up our energy to flow right through the body, You know, we are enabling our body to do what it wants to do naturally, and that's
Right.
heal itself.
What do you think about acupuncture? Like, where does that fall in? Is that
Oh, that's, we have
That
a
has-
lady,
that's
an
part of it
acupuncture lady
also?
too. Yes. Yes.
okay. Is that because it has to do with energy flow or something like that? Okay.
Yeah, acupuncture, like ginseng jitsu, acupressure, reflexology are all hitting certain points in our body to free up the flow of energy. And acupuncture is just sticking a needle. It's a deeper application and usually works for deeper problems.
Do you do that also? Does that fall under your,
Well, I don't do the acupuncture, but we do have someone we refer to for acupuncture.
so that's considered something within the realm of naturopath?
Absolutely.
Or, okay.
Now, do you have one? I'm sorry, go ahead.
So you're the naturopath. You also have a nurse, and there's some naturopaths as part of your thing. But you have a health food store, and you have different practitioners. So kind of
Correct.
describe all that goes on within Willow Health.
Yes, well, Todd is in Willow Health. He has his Philly hypnosis in Willow Health. I have a couple that do massage and reflexology. The man's the massage therapist, and the woman does reflexology. Now, would you like to get a massage from a man?
I do.
From a man?
Good.
You would?
Why not?
A lot of men don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to get massaged
of the
by a
pressure.
woman. I prefer to get massaged by a man. Hopefully a good looking man. Sorry.
Cougars, jump out again.
and because we have to wrap up, but now what you do you do anything? Because I'm always weight loss. What is there, like, do you do like a service for weight loss?
Yes, yes. Actually, we do have a service, the nurse and the naturopath, which is myself and my partner, Beth, which she's the nurse.
Okay.
And we do all sorts of different problems, and we do tackle weight loss. I've done that myself, you know, individually. I've had weight loss support groups. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do, but you know, the most important thing is the person has to
Want to do it.
want to do it and be disciplined to
anything
do
else.
it.
And now where are you located at?
Chalfont, Pennsylvania.
What's your address for people?
It's 4309 County Line Road in Chalfont, Pennsylvania.
Now, do you have a website or anything?
I do. www.willowhealthfood.com.
Great. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming. And thank you guys. You know, I love Todd. we have a lovely relationship. You know, we're all good. And thank you guys. Any closing thoughts?
I just want everybody to just be aware of themselves, like be aware of who you are within your skin. That has to do with how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your surroundings, and then how you feel about what's happening in the world. Just be aware.
Right. George?
You have to be good to yourself because no one else is going to be. And you know, for myself, I've learned to really enjoy the journey, no matter what the circumstances or the trials are, because that happiness allows me to stay healthy.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a firm believer that, you know, the less stress, the better your life
I
is.
truly believe that too. I have no stress in my life, thank God. That's why I date younger men. So, okay.
I think I'm the hypnotist.
I'm still there. I was trying to hypnotize me. Nah. So, any closing thoughts for our audience?
You know, I think sort of, you know, what Barb does is to bring, you know, peace and harmony in the body, you know, and it's kind of what I think everybody needs to, you know, strive for and have and create that environment, because then it makes it for a much better life.
Exactly, because when you're healthy, you feel good about yourself. You feel so much better.
And you want to give it to other people.
Exactly,
too,
and
right?
aging isn't as bad when you're healthy, but still something very
Getting better.
Man. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning to this wonderful episode of Our View. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.